m'identifie comme créole, louisianais.
Vraiment, c'est la culture africaine.
Je suis 15 ans, ça existe avec les élèves d'émotion.
When I was a petit garçon, many people in my family spoke French. The older people in my family, the papas and the mamas, the grand-mères and grands-pères, all spoke French as a first language.
Ciel est clair et bleu, pas de pluie, c'est vaillant.
Mange tout doucement.
But strangely enough, they didn't teach French to the younger generations. But as the years passed and I graduated high school and beyond, a lot of the old people began to pass away, and they took that French language with them. I enlisted the aid of my friend and business partner, Brian Tarney, to help me travel the state of Louisiana and find any people who may be preserving or just learning Louisiana French. To capture it all on film.
You know what la veille is?
Yes, sir. To visit.
A visit at night. La veille at night.
And I felt thunder, seen skies blood red, visions of multitudes littered my head. Lord, have mercy on me. The gates of heaven don't need to leave. I hold these sins for all to see.
Il n'y a pas en masse du monde qui élève des poulets, des lapins. Carl, c'est un des seuls autour d'ici qui élève ça.
C'est mon qui élève ça. J'ai planté du maïs et on est en train de planter des cocons.
In English, that's a Carolina wren. In French, un lotre. Un lotre.
C'est des poules, ça. C'est des poules.
Un rooster et une poule.
Un rooster et une poule. C'est un rooster ginga.
That's where I cut the chicken heads off with. And a rabbit.
Tu t'assis là, là, Cor?
Yeah, I
Tu
sit down
t'assis
right
là,
there.
et tu coupes le cou du poulet là.
Oh yeah. I barbecued one of them yesterday. And but we like them in étouffé, gravy, you know.
Les sauvages qui restaient ici, il y en a 100 ans passé. It's time to plant your corn. So he'd say that in French. Quand les feuilles de chêne gris ressemblent à des oreilles de souris, c'est temps de planter le maïs.
I've worked in South Louisiana and spoke to them people, corresponded with them, you know. A pipe.
Un tuyau.
They call that a tio. And like a pasture. Mean comme here, c'est a park. You know, pasture, park. This is a savon.
Un savon. Pénétruit comme ça tout le temps?
Ouais. I'm sweet. Là, des fois, on vient dans l'eau, I'm sweet. I'm sweet. The worst thing could have happened to friendship is electricity. In the old days, we didn't know no better about good times, but people were happier. People were happier them days. You didn't hardly ever hear anybody commit suicide or overdosing or nothing, you know. There wasn't no drugs and nothing like that. And people were happy. There wasn't a lot of money to be made, but it didn't cost a lot of money to live. Now, I didn't live in a city. Here is country. You see, I mean, I don't care if I don't draw no money. I know I'm gonna have something to eat. But some of them people in them cities didn't have a way to grow a garden and couldn't get nothing to eat. So they probably were unhappy, you know.
When I started school, I'd say that 99% strong of the boys and girls and the teachers alike spoke French.
There we go. It's a good ride.
You want to pick some more up, or that's good?
No, that's good, Mr. Stephen. That's fine.
You want to ball them for y'all? You bring that home with you ball.
The rumor got started that it was a hindrance to the learning situation if you spoke French. It was best not to speak French at all. So they had rules in most of the schools. If you were caught speaking French, you would get punished. And I've seen some whippings take place. When I came back and told my grandmother that I wasn't supposed to speak to her in French, then she couldn't speak a word of English. She said, so then we don't speak at all anymore. She says, that's the end. But I was about 6 years old. We developed some kind of formula.
So how would somebody learn French these days? We'd have to come live.
You almost have to be born.
You'd have to come live here.
And be born.
And be with Carl and you know,
every day.
Every day.
Every day. Well, we speak French, yeah.
It's hard though.
Now, if you are a genius, you could go to school and learn it. But common people like us, I don't think you can. You know?
I don't think so either.
No.
How in the world am I supposed to learn a language that's dying, not around anyone who speaks it? I don't know, other than order Monsignor Daigle's book, Cajun French Dictionary. He also has CDs. And there's another fella, Brad Nation is his YouTube handle. And he has a plethora of videos up there.
Some boiled crawfish. Je vais ordonner les écrevisses bouillies. I'll take a bowl of gumbo and a beer. Je vais prendre un bol de gumbo et une bière.
Yeah.
Figure. For a face. La figure says figure, a number, but we use figure in Cajun French as the face. My daddy used to say whenever my mother was angry, mes boys, elle a une figure comme une vache qui a soif, ouais. She has a face like a cow that's thirsty.
Vache la soif, ouais.
How can you tell if a cow's thirsty? Man, look at its face, shot.
When I was a little boy, my dad and my grandpa, we spoke about this already. And there was a stray dog in the yard. And he would say, "Sur à passer." You are sure to pass. In other words, you're sure to pass to get out of here, in other words.
Ah, I got you. I was trying to figure out what that one meant.
There was no daycare in the 60s, so we stayed with family. So our great-great-grandparents, Anglo-American, that's what they would, they don't speak American. And they was called it English. They say we don't speak American. So they viewed themselves as French. You know, like another whole other nationality. And we're losing it, like Sylvia said, you know, our parents, there's 7, they only lost 1. Creole is still their first language among themselves.
Yeah, they don't speak.
They don't speak English among themselves.
Probably do the rosary and everything. And
I do the rosary. I'm a traiteur, and the prayers are not in English.
Oh, someone was just asking for a traiteur. I don't remember where it was. Do you guys remember? Someone was looking for a treater. First, speak a little bit about the historical evolution, how it came to be that we have this language called Kuribini, but it has to do with French.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
When I was a little boy, me and my daddy spoke about this already. And if a stray dog would come into the yard, he would say, "Sûr de passer." You are sure to pass. In other words, you sure to pass to get out of here.
Oh, I was wondering what that one meant.
Oh, ça c'est bon. C'est bon. Combien je suis élevé? À peu près 20, 25?
À peu
20.
près, à peu près. Et toi?
Il a la moitié d'un.
Ah, la moitié d'un.
Il a plus 15 livres.
Oh, yeah.
When you go, like, past Bunkie, on, you find they all speak French like us, but not quite like us. They pronounce words differently and all that, but we can understand each other. You know, we understand each other, but it's a little different French. And that's why they call them Cajuns. But we're not Cajuns, we're French. We came straight from France.
After these people had all left France, then they standardize it. So all it is one of the old dialects before standardization. It's not something that got made up, it's not something that corrupted, it's not something, it's just old. It's just old before the new one changed.
It's the greatest language in the world for lying.
Because it sounds so beautiful anyway.
Exactly. It sounds so beautiful. I mean, I personally have been lied to in French, and it felt really good.
The North Louisiana accent sounds really similar to a Mississippi accent or Alabama accent. It's that really typical Southern accent. It's really twangy. For example, "It's a beautiful day outside today." That's the typical kind of Southern accent that you find in North Louisiana. And then you have the Cajun accent.
Qui c'est ça? Who is this?
Or the Acadiana accent, which is pretty much the way I'm speaking right now.
So we have grec, allongé, la mer, consent, haria, chien, tatai.
This was a rarity.
Grimace.
She seemed like the perfect person to represent the younger generation who are actively trying to learn Creole French. I wonder if she let us film her. Because I'd played drums my whole life, not as a serious profession, but just as for fun. A couple of my close friends, Robert and Adrian, asked me to play drums on a couple of her songs. After a long day of recording, we took a break and went out to a place for some drinks and dancing, a place called The Holiday in Mamou. Just by random coincidence, I recognized Caitlin Sunshine over there two-stepping. "Hey, I'm Marshall Woodworth. I'm doing a documentary called La Veille on," and she very quickly, in an almost Indiana Jones style, was just like, "Come on, let's go outside." I could tell immediately that she had the same type of anthropological passions that I had about this documentary, and she said I would love to. Y'all come on.
I think in a very scientific way, and I think that also ties in to from when I was a child, of being really observant and not being biased, because as an individual, my blood, I can't be biased, you know, just from birth, because I'm the result of so many different things. So I've never thought on just one side of the fence. I've always thought about it from every angle that I possibly can. So I'm just a really open-minded person. So when I was a kid, I guess maybe second grade or something around that time, they put that sign up there, and it's stayed up there through hurricanes and tornadoes and winds, and it's beaten up and battered, but it's still there. You could say it's resilient, just like my family, you know, just like me.
Strong.
Yeah, strong, and that's how I was raised. Instead of over there, in South Louisiana, no matter if it's of the black culture or the white culture, Cajun, or wherever you are, we tend to drag out our vowels, like A-E-I-O-U, you know, those sounds and words, like the A's, like baby, or over there, like you just kind of like drag, at least that's what I've noticed. I have these guys here filming a documentary about
Hey, how you doing? I'm Brian. Great to meet you.
We're gonna try some. I didn't know T-Boy was a real person. I thought it was a made-up person, like the Quaker or Aunt Jemima or the Quaker dude. I thought you was a cartoon, like you weren't a real from the. I thought it's a drawing or something on there, like the Quaker guy.
Well, I did get a little older, but I kept that picture.
All right, we're gonna try some of the T-Boy's boudin right here.
15 minutes. Very fresh.
We got some crackers coming.
I just ate the whole casing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
He's a real person. First name T, last name Boy.
There you go.
Mr. Boy.
I'd like to go show you my award. It's on the way to the bathroom, but it's okay.
On the way to the throne is the Hall of Fame.
These are my awards here that we're most proud of. Went to the boudin contest, not a boudin festival. There's a difference. I won 6 years, first place in the People's Choice. I started getting lines in front of my booth. I had to triple my crew. Next year was 13 was first place again, 14 was first place, and then 15. 16, I said, you know what? We're gonna take it easy. And anybody else can get 6 years in a row first place, we'll go back and show them who it is.
That's TT Boy.
They call him T Brent.
Oh, T Brent.
Also have some different kind of awards here. If you look on this wall, these black ones you see right here is called Boudin for Peace.
Why is it called for peace?
I didn't ask it.
Born magasin. Barnyard, cour de magasin. Clock, pendule. Pendule. To chew, like you're chewing tobacco. Saying chic.
And chic is the way we say it. Chic, just like when we was using a combine to cut the rice, and they'd say, how did it go? Well, we got a chic or two. There was like a, when it's bringing in the crop in to the header of it, if some of it stuck and then it made a big ball and it got caught in there. So that was a chic.
I just know like the first word and the last word in French, and in between I kind of speak in English, you know. So I'm trying.
And you know what? I'm just guilty. I don't practice it. I had my dad would come, we'd talk it, and I had an old uncle that would come all the time, and he passed away in the last few years, so we just like losing it. And I was telling my cousin, he still talks it very well. And I said, you know, we just don't have anybody to talk French to no more. We just don't.
I don't know.
I hope you got a lot of freezers.
Kill. There we go. I said, there's nothing down there but bone. There's no meat. See, that's why cow and like deer and all that, they can go up to their joints in cold water and all that and no bother them. Just because down here there's no meat. There he is.
And then we take a razor and we shave where they're going to cut at. Okay? Then we take our knife and we stick our knife in between the esophagus and stick it in the heart and pull it out. That's when the pig bleeds out.
How you doing, Stanley?
All right, baby, you?
I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, I've been here.
Yeah, you been here?
We need to have some more crab patties until them by Friday. You know, Lent's coming up.
Yeah. How many more do you have in here?
None.
Done. I bought everything you got.
We had 2 packs. That's it.
Yeah, Lent. Give it for Lent, boo.
I got it. I'll get them, baby.
Okie dokie. See y'all later.
All right.
And people don't talk anymore. They just think fighting. You know, oh, you made me mad, let me just punch you and get it over with. Instead of sitting down, talking about it. And like I just noticed I remember when I was little, on Sundays, we would get up, we would go to church, and Sundays was, we'd go ride and visit the family. You know, we'd go La Veille. You'd go visit this one, go visit that one, and catch up. Now you don't do that. Everybody's to themselves. Nobody visits anymore, sits on the front porch, drinking coffee. It's all lost now. Everybody's too busy.
First cousin, second cousin, third cousin, they knew all of that. All these old people, my mama knew all of that. I know a lot of that too. My kids don't know nothing. They don't know that cousins. Yeah? Because we'd visit and there was no TV and nothing like that, so they talk about their ancestors, you know, and their offspring.
And don't get fresher than that, huh?
I'm telling you.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Hello. Comment ça va?
Ça va tout le monde, hein? How you
Doing good, doing good.
How you all doing?
And you?
Comment ça va, ma petite
Ça va bien.
Ça va bien?
Looking nice, looking nice.
Ça va bien.
This is Brian.
Ça va bien.
Mon nom est Marshall. Yes,
Mon nom
sir.
c'est Anna.
Oh, okay.
Anna.
Je peux faire du café.
Ah, yes, ma'am. Mais ouais, I love.
C'est bon?
C'est bon, c'est bon. Très bon.
J'ai ma Greg là-bas là, pour faire du café.
Comment on dit Greg?
Greg.
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 Le constable. How you say
Constable?
police?
A policeman.
It just.
See, that's-
So I say policeman. It's not le constable.
It's just with an accent.
Consular. It's just like the district. Louisiana got a lot of district and ward. That's why they call New York State New York State. All the state union together. That's why they had all those fights a long time ago. You see, we had the North and the South. The North was blue collar, Yankees.
Yeah.
The South had Cajun and Coon-ass and hillbillies.
Yeah.
Like some fish. How you call that in French?
Poisson.
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 Why are you asking me? I don't.
It's a turtle, that snapping turtle.
The snapping turtle. How to say it?
Yeah.
I know frog is wawadon.
A little green frog.
On est-tu traînette?
Trenette.
Renette.
Annette.
Renette.
A bullfrog.
Renette, yeah, Renette.
Yeah, they go to Goyo.
A bullfrog is a what?
It comes from like a little small. When it's small, it's like they call it a gorgoyo.
And a go-go. Yay. What would you say it directly translates to? Like, oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gracious.
Oh yeah,
My Lord and my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah is ouch. You know, people from France or overseas, they came on boats. When they got on this side, people start mixing up. So that's why we got different kind of blood.
You got a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know?
Like the gumbo.
Or red bean seasoning.
Yeah. You know, you cook red beans, you put tassel, you put sausage, you throw the dish
The
rag
kitchen
in
sink.
it too sometimes. You know?
Open up the pantry and just
Throw everything in it. It makes it better. But if you just boil the red beans, they won't be good. I got Indian blood, I got Spanish, I got Cajun. I have all of that.
Italian too.
Italian too.
We're here trying to figure out how to say Creole French, how to say the word coffin. Cercueil.
Cercueil.
Cercueil. They found me picking up cans on the side of the road like that come saw. And they said, she kind of cute. I think we should give her some food and some shelter. That
If you put your water in your mouth, some low in your bouche.
Some low in your bouche.
low in your booty.
Dans la
your
bouche.
While you're cutting your onions, your eyes won't cry.
Now we're gonna say mean. We're gonna say mean things that may possibly.
Couvillon.
Yes,
Couvillon. Couvillon is a misnomer. Couvillon is a last name.
That's
And,
right.
Yeah, people just mispronounced it over time and called it Couvillon. And a lot of people do call it Couvillon now, but it's actually Couvillon.
The purple onions would be les
oignons violets.
Les oignons violets.
Now let me tell you, we don't have any non-stick Teflon in this house, in this maison.
No DuPont for you.
No, just straight Magnolite or a black pot. And a black pot can serve as a non-stick. Can serve as a non-stick. If you know how to cook with it, it's non-stick.
And comment on dit black pot en français?
Chaugier noir.
Charange? No, I'm sorry, that's a dead body. What? We're learning shit.
Oh, come on! How do you say it? It's a dead body. How do you say it's a dead body? In Louisiana French.
It's a roadkill.
So how do you say it?
Well, be on your shoulders when it's just a fact.
Oh, mais gâté donc. On a cassé ce soir-là. Caitlin said she knew somebody great to interview for the last part of the film. He's a musician, he speaks French, and he works at some type of boudin factory. Oh, we almost there. Hold on.
Moi, je suis Jordan Thibodeau. Moi, je suis un joueur de violon. Je fais du boudin, et saucisses et tout ça. J'ai élevé des cochons.
What's up, man?
Good, okay? Sam here?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Brian.
Jordan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a mess right now.
But you came on a work day, not some cutesy planned film day, you know?
Oh,
Want that
chicken
product.
livers.
Yeah, chicken livers. Smelted pork, gravies, gumbos, red beans and rice. Every kind of boudin you can imagine. Boudin stuffed pork chops, crawfish boudin stuffed chops.
Man, this is like the entire food culture of Louisiana in this one freezer. You say that on film. It smells so good in here, y'all. Wish y'all could smell it. Smell through the TV.
If I said, you know, I'm gonna get just this piece out of you, but I need to make 1,000, 2,000 pounds of it.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a lot of.
That's
You
a
see what I'm
herd.
saying?
That's like a
So,
herd of cattle or a,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you
For a
call a
day.
herd of pig.
Yeah.
What's a herd of pig? What do we call it?
After they cut and all that, they start cooking in here, right? So this is just big kettles, big boiling kettles, right? So we cook everything, make the boudin on this.
So when y'all are finished, y'all let 3 or 4 dogs just come in here and just lick that
everything,
clean.
Yeah. And then the plate turns, and while this thing turns, and then while it's both turning like that, it takes and it scrapes off the ash to keep it clean, to where you always got fresh wood falling. I was making a gumbo for a customer one time, and they didn't want me to call it gumbo. When I got to labeling, they were saying you can't call it gumbo because it doesn't have okra in it. Now this is out of, you know, Washington.
Okay.
Literally, you know. So we got in a big argument. I was like, look, man, how many gumbos you made in your life? You know what I mean? Like, my family's been doing this, like, we created this kind of shit, you know? Like, maybe let us do our thing.
You were like, I was conceived over a bowl of gumbo.
Yeah, she was like, well, this is the rule, you know, this and that. So I ended up pretty much making this whole big, like, wrote a thesis on gumbo, you know? And pretty much went down to the etymologies of the word gumbo. It's a Bantu word in gumbo for an okra. And it's the same thing in French. Louisiana French, gumbo, fève, right? That's a gumbo bean, an okra.
Yeah.
French people did like this bouillabaisse, which is like this thick soup dish, right? That's kind of fish-based. And then you got native people here, like in this Choctaw region, that took and they would make this thick, dark soup that they would thicken with filet, like we do now, right? This area of Louisiana, we make filet gumbo, right? So it's gonna be a roux and filet. That's the thickener, compared to other gumbos where you might use okra and then you're using it to thicken it, right? Well, their word for filet is gumbo. But it's not that we're the southernmost part of America, right? We're the northernmost part of the Caribbean. We're the northernmost part of Latin America. They get all excited for some cayenne pepper. That's from South America. We took all our sausage making from the German. So anyway, did all that, sent it off, and ended up getting the rule changed to where we could call gumbo gumbo.
Do you think animals have souls?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Are you a religious man?
I am.
Are you Catholic?
I'm Catholic.
And are you very, like a scale from 1 to 10, like 1, nothing, 10, you're going to be a priest?
Well, I don't know. A normal person. I don't know. I guess that makes me 5, huh? I'm not a priest.
What are we up to right now?
On est prêt à aller back à la maison. Je connais pas après ça. Peut-être on va donner le maïs au cochon. Non. On peut donner le nourriture au poule. Oh, bon Dieu, joli.
I'm going to the chicken party.
De quoi?
Pool party?
That's not what's a pool party. A pool party is something different. It's not with chickens. Tu veux voir s'il y a des œufs dans le poulailler? Oh, gotta get. Tu crois qu'il y aura des œufs?
Je sais pas.
Arrête! T'as pas fini?
Non.
Non? Regarde, c'est quelle qualité d'arbre là, Joe? Regarde.
Chicken tree.
Ouais, c'est une chicken tree, c'est correct. On a besoin de le couper, hein. Quoi tu veux faire avec une chicken tree? C'est pas bon?
But then the leaves are there so we can breathe better.
Yeah.
Don't leaves help us breathe?
Les chevaux à soif?
Yeah, they need to drink a lot, that's why I have to
Il y a besoin de boire un temps, hein?
I
Ouais.
think that's good, I think.
Je crois que c'est assez, babe. Va fermer l'eau.
C'est un petit peu différent parce que je fais le et quand je dis crocodile, je dis alligator, mais ça c'est pour le France. That's alligator. And je fais mix-up, mais c'est français, mais c'est pas le français de Louisiane.
On peut dire peut-être cocodrie.
Oui, on dit crocodile. Viens avec nous.
Joe, appelle ce pont, ok?
D'accord. Allez, pour ma hand.
The language ain't doing well, and I I think immersion is a great thing. I think coeur is a great thing, and I really hope it all works out. But if it don't, and we're the last ones talking French, then we're the last ones. But if it dies, it ain't gonna be me that let it die. It ain't gonna be me. Everybody else can do what they want, but it ain't gonna be me. I'm standing on the street corner talking to my damn self. I'm gonna do it.
Like a long, long time ago, everybody used to speak French over here, and so when people speak to her in French, she should answer back in French and not in English. And she also should know French, because it's our culture, and we want to just keep going.
Because no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you're part of something, whether you realize it or not, you know? Because I got a lot of people that technically, like the United States of Generica, you know? They don't really practice anything, but at the same time, they're part of that whole, like, the generic lack of culture is a culture, you know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing.
And a lot of people are intrigued by us. I tie that back into other little cultures that I see around the world. They have the same thing going on as we do. They have their own customs, traditions, and everything, and we don't want to be homogenized. We don't want to be generalized. We have something special, and before it's gone, we're grabbing hold of it and taking it back.
Should we just change and leave the old ways behind? Is that better? Or hang on to the old?
Or spend millions of dollars trying to restore it.
Hey man, you in America, you need to speak English. When I hear them with that accent say it, it don't bother me. You know why? Because them people that talk like that, they've been stuck that way for 500 years. And they done marched on everybody's crap. When I hear our people talk like that, when I hear some random boudreaux down the road or somebody that's, well, they talking all that Mexican crap. They need to talk English. English. You idiot, you're the first English generation in your own family. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
I am so thankful to have visited these three wonderful groups of people that they let us into their home to film them. Mr. Carl showed us how French is like a bonding agent for communal living, and that it's so very important for our mental health to be part of a close community.
Good man. That means you go do something for somebody for nothing. In your own will. You go, let's say, they had a lot of that years ago, good mans. All the people were poor years ago. They were all, most of them were poor. And sometimes one of them's house would, the hurricane would hit it, or the tornado, or it burnt down. Well, he needed to build them another house. And he'd make some good mans. The whole neighborhood would come. If there was too many, some would come one day, some another day. They help them for nothing. And you know, and build the house back up.
Caitlin showed us how, if you want to preserve and live this culture and speak this language, you have to make an effort. And that's exactly what she did. She packed up her stuff in her car and she drove north, a long way north. She attended the French immersion program there at St. Anne's, and they don't allow any English at all, which made it quite a challenge to talk to her father for the first time completely in French.
Maman? Ma?
Ta mère.
Oui.
Tu veux charrer avec? Tu veux charrer avec ta mère?
Oui, je pense. Mais non, parce que juste français. Juste français, ne pas anglais.
C'est la moitié qui a à la parole avec People Translate.
Jordan still continues to work at the Boudin factory while playing music, and what he showed us is that it's all about speaking French to your children at home. Even if they're in a French immersion program, it has to be spoken and used at home, no matter what the situation is.
Joe. Vraiment? Vraiment? C'est la première fois que tu as fait ça? Hein? Mais lâchez-les la balance là. I really hope it all works out. But if it don't, and we're the last ones talking French, then we're the last ones. But if it does, it ain't gonna be me that let it die. It ain't gonna be me.
Don't never say I can't. Never. That's a bad word when you're trying to make a living. I can't do that. If you have the will, you can do it. If you don't know how, you can do some research, you know, and find out how to do it. You ask Tom, Dick, and Harry, how would you do that? You know, and all that. You know, but you have to not give up. Don't never give up. I was like a bulldog, you know. I never gave up a job. I always took on a job. I mean, multi-million-dollar jobs now. I'm not talking about $100 job. Multi-million-dollar jobs I took on and finished it and never gave up. Sometimes it got ugly. I wouldn't give up.
So I heard there's a Cochon de Lait festival here. I heard there's a Cochon de Lait festival here. In
a Cochon de Lait?
Yeah.
You got to pronounce it right.
Sorry.
Cochon de Lait.
Cochon de Lait.
Yeah.
Do you ever?
It's in midsummer.
Yeah.
And they have that in Mansur.
Do you participate?
Every year.
Do you participate? Do you cook in it or no?
I don't like crowds of people. I'm claustrophobic and I'm starting to forget. I meet somebody I know, but I can't think of his name. Oh, that hurts my feelings and embarrasses me.